Has spanking been a factor in Lara's compulsive habit of lying? We'll talk about that in just a minute, but first, another lie that Lara has been telling for years is that young ladies were not allowed to wear makeup or fix their hair at the training centers owned by the organization the Duggar family is involved in, the Institute in Basic Life Principles, or IBLP. Is that true?
With the girls, I mentioned some girls that I sort of related to being influencers in the cult,
Right.
because they were allowed to do things that we weren't allowed to do, and they were speakers. They would speak at conferences to us as girls. They were allowed to wear makeup. They were allowed to do their hair.
I obtained a copy of an orientation manual for the training centers, and here's what it said about wearing makeup on campus. A little makeup enhances most of our countenances, while too much makeup is a distraction. And a godly young lady should not wear so much that she looks painted, but rather natural and professional. And in another guideline manual under makeup, it says, "This is meant to help with the general appearance, not to draw attention to itself. Please avoid dark eye makeup." So once again, Lara is just straightforward, bold-faced lying. She knows wearing makeup was allowed there. Here are some pictures of young ladies at the training centers. Do these pictures look like girls who were not allowed to wear makeup or fix their hair? I've talked to many women who were at the training centers at various times through the years. All of them said they were allowed to wear makeup and were encouraged to use it appropriately. This is just another lie from Lara. But why does Lara have such a rebellious and unhappy attitude, and why does she lie so much? Obviously, I have listened to hours of interviews Lara has given and done a lot of research into her claims. But one thing she has said very consistently and brought out in every interview is the accusation that she was spanked a lot growing up. Now, whoa, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not saying that spanking under appropriate circumstances is wrong, and you can easily find my take on spanking by looking at my parenting channel, The Mommy Answer Lady. I believe a well-deserved, age-appropriate spanking given to a willfully disobedient child by a calm and loving parent is not abuse, and in fact, under the right circumstances, can be a useful tool in guiding a young child to do what is right. But if a child is spanked often or in anger, there is something going wrong with the parenting in that home. A spanking will be rare if the relationship is what it should be between the parent and the child, and when the parent knows how to use other forms of correction appropriately. In context, a spanking is not always an appropriate parental response to misbehavior because it's not necessary, and other kinds of correction are more effective. Here's just a few clips where Lara mentions spanking again and again, and even equates it to beating.
Back talk was beat out of us at a young age. My home life was, I didn't like it, and I would get spanked to the point of abuse. At least at the training centers, I can't get spanked. So I would just rather go there.
Then we had a good example of the kids in our church were behaving perfectly because behind the scenes, they were being beaten. They were being psychologically tortured. They were being all the things you saw in the documentary, saying all the things.
As the kids coming out of this seminar training that their parents would have would end up being perfectly behaved robot children. So when in reality, they were being abused at home. The show is basically saying perfect angel children exist. But I didn't see calm, happy children. I saw broken spirits.
So as you can see, Lara has claimed that she was spanked a lot and therefore wanted to be out of the home as much as possible. But this alleged abusive parental behavior didn't have anything to do with IBLP because her family didn't start attending IBLP events until she was 12 years old. This pattern of alleged abuse was already established in their home well before IBLP came into the picture. Although Lara does lie a lot, so we cannot really know the extent to which spanking and fear at home was actually a part of her childhood, I think we can assume that spanking was used inappropriately and often. When a parent gives harsh types of discipline and does not build a relationship of trust, a child tends to become angry and rebellious. And this may be also why she assumes that because she allegedly suffered from parental abuse by the inappropriate use of spanking, she thinks the Duggars and others who have raised children to be well behaved must have used corporal punishment in the same way as her parents did. I have to say, this is a lie she herself may actually believe. Next time, Lara continues the slander and makes the outlandish claim that IBLP and Bill Gothard paid off law enforcement to keep them quiet. We'll talk about that next time. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.